Yo, YouTube fam, it's Lauren with Low Key 85 Adventures. Back with another food adventure, that is. Make sure you like, comment, and let me know what you think. If you like what you see, subscribe and hit that bell notification so you're notified when I drop food bangers like this. So as you can tell by the title, today you guys, we are going to be making Gari and Okra soup. So we're going to start off with chicken feet. You want to rinse and clean your chicken feet. Next is beef tripe. You're going to want to cut that into strips. You're also going to want to clean that. You're also going to use smoked turkey necks. You want to rinse and clean that as well. Cassava fish and stockfish. Now stockfish is a dry fish. You want to boil some water and let that sit in there until it's soft. So as you guys can see, these aren't my lovely hands making this dish. This is actually my girlfriend making an African dish. And you guys may be a little curious about what the Gari is. It's actually the same as fufu. It's made from cassava. It's just not pounded out as much as fufu is. Fufu is much smoother than Gari, as you will see towards the end of the video when I show you how to make the Gari. So the next thing she's gonna do is get started on the cassava fish. You just want to make sure it's gutted and make sure the scales are all off. One of the fish that you can substitute if you can't find this fish is red snapper. And depending on how big your fish is, you can cut it in half or you can cut it into threes. And depending on how many people you're gonna feed, you can add more meat or less meat to this dish. This dish right now, with the amount of meat that we have in the okra, it's going to feed about 7 of us. And now that we have our chicken feet, our tripe, our fish, and our smoked turkey necks clean, we're going to take this stockfish, and this is a dry fish. You just want to have some boiling water, pour that on top, and kind of let it steam until it gets soft. Next, you want to get some obono. You want to take about 3 or 4 of these little pods, put them in a blender, and blend them into a powder. So next, she's going to take a red bell pepper, de-seed it, cut it in half, and then cut it into chunks. Rinse it off. She's going to take a medium-sized onion, cut that in half, and cut it into chunks. We're going to throw it into a blender and blend it up. So once we have the onion and the red bell pepper blended, we're going to come with the heat and add 1 Scotch bonnet pepper, and we're going to continue to blend it until it's mixed well. Next, you can wash your okra and set it to the side. And here she just took a piece of onion, and as you can see, she's going to thinly slice it. Next, we're going to season our meat. She's going to start with chicken bouillon, adobo, crushed shrimp bouillon, and 3 crushed Maggi cubes. Then you're going to add your stockfish and some water. So here you can see our pot got a little crowded, so we're just going to transfer the food into a bigger pot. So here she just placed the fish on top. Careful not to rough handle the fish so that it doesn't break, because we just want it to steam. And here, once it's steamed and actually cooked, and so that the fish doesn't overcook, we're going to take the fish out. now you can add your pepper and onion blend. So once you have that mixed well, now will be a good time to taste and see what seasonings you might want to add. Here we just added some adobo, some Maggi cubes, and some more chicken bouillon. So here she's removing the chicken feet so that they don't overcook. So here she's gonna add the palm oil. You can use 2 small containers or 1 big container and mix well. So here she's gonna add some dried shrimp and she's gonna put the chicken feet back inside the soup. So at this point the soup has been boiling for about 45 minutes. We're now going to add the okra and crayfish powder. So here you just want to add water to make sure it's filled to right to about the top of the food. Next we're going to add the blended abono that we put in the blender earlier.
Okra cooking, you look and you see it's coming up, you know, babe.
Okay.
You see where that place was bubbling a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, when that bubbling a lot go reduce, that means the water go. The water is going down.
It's getting thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Them dry shrimp, they should still cook the same, right?
It will keep cook the same. You want to taste one now? You got it one on top?
No, not the new one.
It's the new one, but it should be cooked by now.
So next here, she's going to begin to make the gari. And the gari has the same texture as grits. She started off with a couple of cups of water, brought that to a boil, and then began to slowly add the gari in. You can continue to mix and add water until you get a Play-Doh dough-like consistency.
Dry shrimp. Have you eaten dry shrimp? Girl, it's good.
We hear she ain't going nowhere. Team ain't going nowhere.
No, I took her bag and I was like, no, not today, not tonight, not tonight. We ain't doing that tonight. Okay, that's good.
Do it.